Hey there, and thank you for hopping on. You are tapping into our very first official video newsletter. And it dawned on me that everyone doesn't process the newsletter that DNA Financial sends out the same way. We did not send out one in March, but we wanted to start off Q2 right on time. I'm not quite sure about what you felt about the first 3 months and first quarter of this year, but it has been straight up, I'll just say, edited foolery. So many different transitions that have happened inside of business, country, and this is like Q4 took a lot of folks out. It caused folks to question because it was such an influx of income. And here we are in Q2 and experiencing some of the strangest influxes of living allocations, as I call them, because I'm really careful with the word expenses, that are shortening margins. People's dollar isn't what it used to be. I feel very, very old when I talk to my sons and I daydream to them about when I first moved to Arizona. Yeah, gas was only 98 cents a gallon. And it's also funny that as I fill up, I feel like a 17-year-old telling the date to slow down at the gas pump. I'm literally like, slow down, slow down. Like, can't believing my eyes to the point where I almost went into the attendant and said, like, yo, what's going on with the way how fast is getting to $30? So definitely some significant shifts. I know that my business owners are finding in the space of retail supplies, even with software, it's more costly to do business. So, as someone in the world that sees thousands of taxes come across her desk, I wanted to make sure that if reading and sitting down isn't the way that you digest information, I wanted to actually create a supplemental newsletter. It will not have the same feel. I'll probably get a download or two, go off on a tangent. Try not to be so political when it comes to some of the legislation, but this year it has been political because the big beautiful bill has taken place and it has progressed some of my clients, specifically in the world of business. There's so many good things that come of it, again, as it relates to business. So, again, without further ado, this is the very first Ascent video newsletter. So, again, my name is Adrian Trice. You can find me all over on LinkedIn. That's where I'm at the most. But I do have an official, like an Instagram, DNA Fin Solutions. We have a TikTok. Look us up. Very trendy. And you'll probably find my business partner, also known as my son, Avery Sanders. And he does more of that trendy stuff where I do the sound stuff for our generation, our Gen Xers or our Zillennials, if you will. So let me go ahead and just get started. I'm going to be taking a look here. Let me pull it up just so we can have some framework. This is just going to be some overviews. We all know that the deadline is April 15th. It is the official deadline for taxes. So definitely, it's also, I would say, extension season. If you do not need to have anything done by the 15th, if you are late in filing your taxes as far as getting with your tax advisor on the books, just go ahead and file that extension to ease that pressure and give the tax the due diligence that it deserves. So we wanted to make sure that we all align with wealth deliberation. And there are opportunities that if you cannot take advantage or if you phased out of being able to do these steps, make sure that you get on the books with your tax advisor and your financial advisor. Create a mastermind meeting where they're working on your behalf. The reason why is if you can get this stuff down, Q2, it's going to set the precedent for the rest of the year as far as savings. So some things to think about that we've noticed: contributions really help ease the tax liability. Talk to your advisor about the IRA contributions for 2025. Definitely make sure it's the correct one so you can either plan to get that contribution, if not before the 15th, or make sure that you're planning to maximize the contribution so you can maximize your specific tax strategy. Again, I will be giving more detail on smaller videos on which of these could possibly work, because there are phase outs for certain incomes on that. So again, get with your financial advisor. Also, don't overlook your contributions to the health savings accounts. Those are not always seen as future tax savings, but if you take a look at the parameters of those, you can contribute to those, and those also will be able to ease your tax liability. Don't forget to also check certain and credits. Make sure that your state doesn't offer, or if they do offer, for example, Arizona does a dollar for dollar thing for public schools, certified charitable causes, foster care organization, private school tuition. We have this neat little thing that if you contribute, you get dollar for dollar back if you're already in a refund, or it goes towards your tax liability, clearing that out, which is a nice thing. You're going to pay it, so you might as well pay it for a good cause. You still have up until the 15th in Arizona to do that. Also, this tax season, it's a great opportunity to review your compensation. If you have not made an increase in compensation, put yourself on a W-2 and you are in an S Corp or a C Corp, confirm if the compensation is reasonable. And you can always take a look at trends on how much you are cash flowing versus expenses versus how much you should be paying yourself. So look at that. Also, if you are not a corporation, take a look at if that's the move that you should make, and make sure that you are a mature enough business to handle it. There's nothing like being in an S Corp if you cannot handle payroll and the upkeep of bookkeeping. I always say those are the best things to have within corporate. The next thing would be is review your QBI optimization. As you know, that the section 199A allows up to 20% deductions on qualified business income for pass-through entities. What that means is take a look to make sure you're getting that 20%. Also, make sure that you're looking at last year's tax return, that if you went over that, that you're going to be able to count that toward this year. What I'm finding is, like, say if a person transfers from one tax person to the other and they do not bring over their tax return, they could be missing out on the carry forward. So comb through, make sure that is being tracked, because if you qualify or if you deducted more than what you qualify for, it can go toward the following year. Key following dates, obviously April 15th, that's coming up. That has everyone in a chokehold. It's so funny when you introduce emails in January that sometimes folks just get caught up and then they realize it's April. I know it's April before I know it. And it's just giving everyone compassion. Again, exercise that extension. If you do opt to do the extension, you have until October 15th. If you owe, please know it does not get rid of every single penalty. So make sure that you know that it gets rid of one of the penalties. If you did not file or if you did not pay any of your quarterly taxes, there's a penalty. If you do not pay the tax bill in full by April 15th, there's a penalty. You just avoid the third penalty attached for not being able to pay all of your taxes by April 15th. However, get with your tax advisor. There is a small form that could actually alleviate that penalty. There's actually a couple, but talk to your tax advisors that can possibly give you alleviation for penalties. Also, again, April 15th, the traditional or Roth IRA contribution deadline for 2025. That is if you qualify for it. We do have some clients who have that we've noticed have phased out. So we'll be preparing them on their tax strategy next month. May 15th is the nonprofit deadline. And then keep in mind, quarterlies are also due April 15th. Do not panic if you cannot make your quarterlies on April 15th. It is a best practice. However, if you are running behind, be sure to just pay that and catch up, and stay on top. I believe that is where we're at in general on the deadlines, tax strategy, maximizing your IRAs, making sure that you plan accordingly. Q2 is going to be where I call the quarter of refinement. You're going to be polishing up stuff, stabilizing stuff, reviewing opportunities, because as much as this world is chaotic, if you've ever looked at the cycle of those who create wealth, there's always opportunities in chaos because most people are not focused and sound enough to execute. I'll tell you, I got all kind of folks coming across my desk, and keep that in mind because I'm going to be rolling out something with that. All kind of folks coming across my desk who, Gen Xers or younger baby boomers that actually invested in the market during the last market adjustment. This is the opportune time to pretty much lock in order to scale up. So that is all I have today. I don't want to keep you any longer. Look out for my upcoming, I think I'm going to do a mid-month, some sort of bulletin, some master classes, and there's something really special that I got going on. If you would like a consult, we are taking on clients of different calibers, specific business clients. So don't be hesitant. Slide in the DM. Be quick about it. There's a comment about that. But yes, be quick about it because our slots are filling up and we're very particular in who we like to work with. So yeah, that's it. Have a blessed and abundant day. And until next time, as my son says, peace.